Alright, hello class, it's Mrs. Sorrells again. Y'all remember, I'm getting better at this, so just be patient, and if I make scribble marks, no big deal. Okay, today we're going to be covering multiples, and I put at the top here many multiples. There's a reason for that, and we'll discuss it in a little bit. To start, we're going to start with some goals that we have for you to accomplish by the end of this unit, or this lesson, sorry. The first one is to just be able to define the multiple and what a least common multiple is. The second one is listing multiples of any number. The third one is to determine the least common multiple, or what we call the LCM, for two or more numbers that you're given. And the fourth one's going to be to determine when to use LCM in a word problem. When is the correct time to use LCM? Alright, make sure you're following along, filling in the blanks. Whatever I write down, you need to have down as well. Alright, pause if I talk too fast, and rewind if you do not understand and need to hear again. Alright, so starting with the definition, which was goal number 1, what is a multiple? A multiple is a number that can be divided by another number. Alright, without a remainder, which means it can go in there evenly. Alright, what did I do? Alright, make sure you get that down. Alright, so when you list your multiples, it's just like you are skip counting. So if you were to count by twos, you're just adding 2, 2, 2, 2 over and over and over again. Okay? Whatever number you're listing, you add to the number over and over again. For example, if I'm doing twos, I add 2, I get 4, and then I add another 2 and I get 6, and I add another 2 and I get 8. You just keep adding the same number over and over. Alright, and I put a hint here that your multiplication table you created is an example of listing multiples, alright? And the word right here is based off of multiple. So when you made your multiplication chart, you were skip counting, or you were listing multiples for each. Alright, we're going to start with just a basic example of how to list multiples. Here's the number we're going to do. We're going to start easy with 3. So when you list them, you just want to start with your original number, and then you're going to add 3 to it. And you get 3 plus 3 is 6. Add 3 more, you get 9. If you add 9 plus 3, you get 12. 12 plus 3 more is 15. 15 plus 3 more is 18. Okay, so you can see here that you're adding 3 each time. And the reason I put many multiples is because this can go on forever. Okay? So I'm going to put dot, meaning it can continue forever. They don't stop. Alright, each of these numbers in the list that I've just done here for 3 can be divided by 3 because they are all multiples of 3. So I know if I see the number 24 here, for example, I can divide it by 3. And it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th number in the list. So I know 24 divided by 3 is 8. Alright. Now we're going to move on to least common multiple. So you have to understand multiples in order to do the least common multiple. So starting with the definition, it's the lowest multiple. Look at me go, I'm getting better. Told y'all. Alright, lowest multiple that 2 or more digits have in common. Okay, LCM, I want you to come up here and write what it means. We say LCM because it's shorter, but it stands for least common multiple. And the definition I just gave you used the word common, it used the word multiple, and I use lowest, which is a synonym for least. So that will help you remember what it is. All right. Why do we need the LCM? We want to solve for LCM when you want to know something that will happen again at the same time. You're looking for a common number, which is a same number. So when you're looking for something that you need to be equal or occur at the same time, that's when you're going to use least common multiple. So let's write this. Let's see how we're going to write it. Let's put, so solve for LCM when you want to know when something will occur at the same time, or you need the same amount. Oh, look. Cross this out. Or you need the same number of a certain item. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Alright, here's an example right here. We're going to plan a party, and the paper plates come in packages of 10 at the store, but cups only come in packages of 8. And we want to know the least amount, there's a key word right there, of packages we can buy, and we want an even number. Look, doesn't match. We're going to do even number of paper plates. We made a boo-boo. That's okay. This is going to become cups. Alright, so we want an even amount of paper plates and cups. Cups come in packages of 8, so down here when we're listing, this is going to be cups that we're talking about. And then the 10 is the paper plates because it comes in packages of 10. Alright, here's a cool way we're going to do this. If you can, draw a bubble M. If you can't, you don't have to. Just draw a regular M. I'm going to draw just one. Okay, and we're going to list the multiples of 8 over here and the multiples of 10 on this side. Okay, and you're just going to list them down the M. This helps you remember M for multiples. Many, many multiples. They go on and on and on. Alright, so 8 more is 16. 8 more after that is 24. 8 more is 32. 40. Okay, 10, these are easy. 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on and so forth. You can go as far as you need to. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for a common number in between these two. Start with the smaller number and compare that list to the bigger number list. So 8, is there an 8 over here? No. 16, is there a 16 in this list? No. 24, not a 24 over here. 32, there's not a 32. 40, oh, I see a match. 40 and 40. It's the first one, or the lowest number that they have in common. That's going to go right in the middle here. 40. That is the least multiple that they have in common, or the LCM. Okay, so this M is just a way that you can organize it and keep it all lined up so that you can clearly see it. And the numbers are side by side, so it's a little bit easier to compare. Alright, make sure you bring your notes to class completed, just the way that I filled them out, so that you can get credit for that. If you have any questions, please put that comment in the Google Doc, and make sure you answer the questions following this video. Alright, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. How do I stop it?
Hold down escape.
Oh yeah.
You gotta press it again. Key.
Dang, hot.
But mellowing out was not in the cards.
Well, I got Excuse me, sir. What are you doing?
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I want to buy 8 hot dogs and 8 hot dog buns to go with them. But no one sells 8 hot dog buns. They only sell 12 hot dog buns. So I end up paying for 4 buns I don't need. So I am removing the superfluous buns.
I'm sorry, sir, but you're going to have to pay for all 12 buns. They're not marked individually.
Yeah. You want to know why? Because some big shot over at the Wiener Company got together with some big shot over at the Bun Company and decided to rip off the American public. Because they think the American public is a bunch of trusting nitwits who'll pay for things they don't need rather than make us stink. Well, they're not ripping off this nitwit anymore because I'm not paying for one more thing I don't need. George Banks is saying no.
Who's George Banks?
Me!